One of my favorite quotes from Winston Churchill is that it is not always enough that we do our best. Sometimes we must do what is required. I have referenced this quote before. As I said, it's one of my favorite from Winston Churchill. And when I've referenced it before, it's been around the idea of understanding when we have a goal or a desired result, that it is important to understand what is required to get it. Sometimes what is required will require us to grow. Our current best may not be enough. And lately I've been thinking about it, and again, this requirement for working on goals and or really big results. And I've realized that there's another angle to it that for me has been very meaningful. So let me share with you a couple of requirements that has been in my head, like running in the background, that I lately have really questioned. And here are the two things that I had been thinking was a requirement. To be successful, to accomplish a big goal, requires hard work and a lot of time. Is that true? I'm questioning it. That is, in my mind, has been a requirement. I don't think that is a requirement. I think that's false requirement. Here's the other one. When I'm creating content, it's important to me to deliver value. Well, that I think is a true requirement. And yet I was linking length to value. If it was longer, it would be more valuable, or at least perceived as more valuable. When I really stopped recently to think about that as I'm working on some content development, I realized what I really most appreciate in content from someone else is that they are presenting what may be a complex topic or subject, and they're removing all of the extraneous information, giving me a simplified version. Now, by simplified, we're leaving in the things that are important, but all the things that aren't really important to understanding, we're eliminating. I appreciate when people in content give me simplicity. Great content, but they take the complexity out. So where in my head did it come that length determined value? These are a couple of what I'm thinking of as false requirements, and yet they were influencing my thinking and my actions. So when we think about this quote from Winston Churchill, sometimes doing our best is not enough. We must do what is required. I've come to realize the first step when we're determining what is required is to really be careful that what we think is required is a true requirement versus perhaps some old programming that's running around in the back of our head. So beware of requirements to be certain that they are required, as opposed to a false requirement that we've picked up along the way. That's it for this week. Bye for now.